Welcome back to another episode of Al's Vintage Toy Trains. Hope you're having a great day. So today, I'm reviewing this unique caboose cataloged by Lionel in 1958 and again in 1959. The 6557 smoking caboose is unique and is very hard to find because it only came with 3 high-end sets during the 2-year run. Though the caboose was very cool and a great feature, it was probably introduced a little too late as Lionel was declining rapidly in popularity at this time. The illuminated caboose uses the new liquid smoke at that time, numbered 909, which Lionel introduced with the Norfolk and Western 746 engine in 1957. So you just have to tilt the top of the smokestack and place about 6 to 8 drops of liquid smoke fluid into the stack. And we'll go ahead and turn up the power. So this is a unit that also has a little air baffle at the bottom, so when the caboose is moving, it helps push the smoke up through the stack while it's moving. The premium caboose used the nicer bar end metal trucks with the tab for uncoupling by hand, when most of the Lionel cars during this time frame were using the newer plastic AAR trucks, which were much cheaper to manufacture. The caboose uses a special heavy current 6 to 8 volt lamp, number L55, or also known as number 55-300, which still can be ordered. This is the only bulb that should be used to complete the circuit correctly. I could not find anyone that carries the correct heat element. It's part number 6557-12, so a special resistance wire would be needed for any future repairs. You can see the smoke is just starting to build inside the stack. And it's starting to kick in. And there you can kind of see it smoking. So there's 2 main variations of this caboose. So the first variation is Tuscan colored, and the Lionel label is on the right, the number is on the left, as you see here. So they're very hard to find in general, but this is the common of the 2 variations. So the other variation would be a brown caboose, and then the name Lionel and the 6557 would be reversed from what you see here. And that particular caboose could be worth anywhere from $500 on up to maybe $1,000 or so if it's in nice condition. So it's very hard to find the brown version of this caboose. So I've also got the instructions. The instructions are dated August of 1958. And the box is a late classic box. So the end of the era for these boxes pretty much in 58, and this carried over into 59. So what we'll do now is we'll take a look at the 1958 and the 1959 catalogs, and then we'll put this at the back of a consist with a nice 2331 Virginian, and you'll see that set in the 1958 catalog. I don't have the actual set, but most of everything I do have, except for I think 2 of the cars. So let's go ahead and take a look at the catalogs. Here we are taking a look at the 1958 Lionel catalog, where the 6557 is first introduced and only appears in 2 of the upper end sets of that year. So let's go ahead and take a look at that first set. And this set is led by the Virginian FM Trainmaster with all the cars. And it is listed as Lionel's number 2519 Super O 6-car Virginian diesel freight set. And it sold for $79.95. On the right, it gave a breakdown of the costs if it were bought separately for each of the items that came in that set, to include the 6557 new illuminated caboose with smoke, and that's showing it at $6.95. And here's a neat description. So it says, "Here it is, a train that captures so much of the awe-inspiring reality of railroading, you'll think you're dreaming. Cars, they can't be beat. The illuminated poultry car, the operating GM generator car, the boat car with boat that floats, and all the rest. Right from the very front of the two-motored Virginian Fairbanks Morse with magnet traction and diesel horn, to the very back where real smoke pours from the chimney of the new illuminated caboose. The Super O set is the stuff that dreams are made of." The set measures at 6 feet 5.5 inches long. So there's the beautiful Trainmaster. A lot of the cars, but what's unique and odd is that Lionel really doesn't show a good picture of the 6557 smoking caboose. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, that's all you get. So the caboose here is depicted with the numbers on the left, the 6557, and Lionel on the right. This is the common variation of the caboose. And even though they're not common, this is the more common version that you will see. Let's go ahead and jump to the next set. And it is headed by the Norfolk and Western 746 J-Class. And here we have a much better depiction of the caboose and what it would look like. And this is the scarce or scarcest variation of this caboose. So you'll see the numbers here are on the right, 6557, and Lionel on the left. It's just the opposite of what we were just looking at in the upper left with the Trainmaster. So this caboose is worth several hundreds of dollars versus maybe $150 to $200 on the common version of the caboose. This came in brown, this particular variation, and the other one came in Tuscan. But this is the set that it came in, or the second set, I should say, that it came in. And it is outfit number 2521 WS Super O 6-car Norfolk and Western freight train set, and it sold for $89.95. So those are the two sets that it showed up in, and $89.95 was a lot of money. And there were only a couple of sets that were that cost more than that. One of them was the work train that you saw at the bottom of the catalog here, and probably because it comes with the culvert unloading and loading operating pieces that you see here. And the only more expensive sets for 1958 would be the Santa Fe passenger set and the Santa Fe freight set. Those went for $95 and $100. So that's 1958. Here we are looking at the 1959 catalog, and the 6557 smoking caboose would only be shown and offered in one set for this year. So let's go ahead and take a look at that one set. And this is a Berkshire set headed by the 736 Berkshire. And at the top, it says the power and the glory of steam. The famous Berkshire outfit number 2543 WS on Super O track. And there it is, the 2543 WS Super O 6-car Berkshire steam freight set and it sold for $95. And it gives you a description of what comes with that set. And it actually has an okay picture of the smoking caboose, the 6557. So here it shows the number on the left and Lionel on the right, which is more common than having the number on the right side. And down at the bottom, separate sale, the number 6557 Smoking Caboose. This illuminated crew quarters puffs pure white smoke. Number 909, smoke fluid included. Caboose is 7 inches long and $6.95 was the price. It also mentioned not shown is the 6357 Caboose, illuminated caboose, and it was $5.95. So it was $1 upcharge to get the smoke unit in this set, and I think it was well worth it for the extra $1. But again, I don't think Lionel really promoted this caboose very well, looking at the first set that it was in 1958. And only being in the upper end sets, very hard to find. And I think it's also shown in the back of the book. One more time as a separate sale, and there it is. And again, it shows it at $6.95 and tells you to see page 33 that we were just looking at. All right, so that's the caboose in the 1958 and 1959 catalog. Let's go ahead and see it in operation. Pretty cool train. It's not the exact set from 1958, but most of the pieces are there from that set that was shown in the 58 catalog. The FM Train Master is great. They're great pullers, they're great runners, double motor. Even though I put several drops of smoke fluid into the caboose, you really don't notice the smoke when it's running. The other unique car on this set is the 6805 with the radioactive waste canisters that flash. This is Al, and thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, everybody.